Welcome to another show of Speak on It. I'm your host, man, Dom, with my two co-hosts. I got my man Biv with me. I got my man Taman with me. It's another late night show. It is a hip hop Friday. We jam packed, man. We're gonna talk about a couple of things that happened this week. But before we jump right into that, we're gonna tell y'all to make sure y'all go ahead and start your watch parties. Uh, tell a friend, subscribe to our YouTube, like us on Instagram, like us on Facebook. But we're gonna jump into it. My man Biv, you got something to say to the people?
I think it's been a incredible week just in general. You know what I mean, with a lot of sports, man, and then some things happen. You know what I mean, and hip hop culture, and some things happen, and just let's just get to it. Let's just get to it.
Let's get into it, man. Tamai, you got something for him?
Nah, man, I'm ready to get into it, man.
All right, listen. Let's start right there, man. Let's start with what we was just talking about. Let's start Tory Lane's Meg the Stallion, man. Let's start right there.
All right, so let's look at what happened in this incident as far as Tory Lane. What what allegedly happened?
So allegedly, I heard they was at a club, um, and I apparently I heard that they are kind of item or something like that, or they're dating or something like that, or they hang out a lot, I guess, right? Something happened at the club, and next thing I know, she got shot in the foot. Now the report says that I think that it's her bodyguard or somebody that's close to her that says that don't believe the reports that says that it was um, an accident. And then Meg the Stallion report says that she did fear for her life, and she feels though um, that she was shot with the intent to harm. So that's what the reports say. Um, we have yet to hear an actual statement from Tory Lanez or legit statement from Meg Thee Stallion. And my man Tory Lanez has been MIA since the event happened on all social media accounts. So take what you will with it. There's a lot of speculation around out there. I know how I feel about it. I know um, my thoughts on it. There are a couple of stories that's out there um, that I think that just the stories, a couple of stories is out there. It's like, it could be some truth to that, right? There could be some truth to that. My man about 5'3", 120 pounds. So Meg the Stallion, she looked like, she about 5'10". About 200 pounds. So she could be some. It could be some truth. It could be some truth to the speculation is.
Yeah, I from what I digged into this a little bit, from what I heard that she disrespected him because she was, I guess, I don't know if it was the girl, they was at a Kylie Jenner's party or pool party or something like
Mhm.
that. Somebody was giving a little bit too much attention. Like you said, they might have been an item. You know what I mean? She was on what he said, quarantine radio,
Mhm.
which is at his house. And I mean, if it's at his house and she's a regular guest, put two and two together, that might be what's happening.
Mhm.
Um, at the height factor, woo,
Yeah,
I ain't
that
know
right
that
there
man was
alone.
5'3", bro. No
Five
disrespect
three.
to anybody,
No disrespect. No disrespect.
but 5'3", and we already know her name is Stallion, so she's
Mhm.
got to be at least 5'9",
She
5'10",
5'10". Report 5'10".
5'10", and then with
6
heels
foot
on,
in
like you
heels.
said, 6 foot with heels. I'm 6'5" and some change, and my wife is close to 6 foot, so I can understand that if an altercation occurred, I'm not gonna say I
Listen,
understand the gun. I'm not gonna understand that.
hey,
What
listen.
you think, man?
Harlem Nights, baby. That's what it was.
And that's where everybody went with this, and that was I think that was the craziest part about it. But I don't understand the gun either. Even though I mean she's a bigger female. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like
laughing.
if you
We're
felt
laughing at Harlem Nights, just to be clear. We're
Yeah,
laughing
yeah,
at
oh
Harlem
yeah,
Nights.
we're laughing at Harlem Nights. Absolutely, we're laughing at Harlem. But I would have understood if he, had to defend himself. She's a bigger girl. You know what I mean? He's a little dude. So I could understand him defending himself, but I don't understand the gun involvement. And as far as them being an item or not, I don't know. But what they say in entertainment, all publicity is good publicity. So
I don't know about that one though.
they'll turn it in.
Listen,
They'll turn it into a curveball.
We talking about it right now, right?
They'll turn it into a curveball some way somehow, man.
Yeah, we talking about it right now. So it's like you said, it's publicity.
Hey, listen,
name out there.
Biv, and this is not saying that Biv has steered me wrong, but Biv put me on the Torey Lanez, and I start listening to him, right? And then this happened. I'm like, oh wow, wow. This is. But my question is just like, yo, why would you have a gun at a pool party? And you, what's going on over there in Beverly Hills that he
What a
found?
fight, man!
Hold on, bro. You can't question. You can't say, man, he 5'3", he a little dude, and then question why he got a gun on him. Like,
but you're a celebrity, bro. You gotta don't you have security?
He's 5'3". He's 5'3". Like, he's like.
How tall was Prince? I know he had some security.
Oh,
that's Prince.
Know.
That's Prince.
But
though.
Prince is different. You know what I mean? Prince wasn't trying to be a R&B thug.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Torey running both of those lanes. You know what I mean? He running both of those lanes. You don't know. I don't know
no
what
pun
type
intended.
You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? What type of background he come from? I just know he's from Canada. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what type of life he's lived or anything like that. So you know what I mean? But I know he's 5'3", and I know being 5'3", and you know what I mean, and you in club atmosphere all the time, and you 5'3", I can understand why you got a hammer on you.
Especially like you said, you in that lifestyle, you in that lane.
In the hills, like though, bro.
Huh?
You in the hills,
man,
listen.
You still in America, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You get robbed. Listen,
don't you have a bodyguard though?
You 5'3", man. Somebody gonna challenge you. Somebody gonna challenge you. 5'3". I don't care. You're a celebrity. You probably definitely getting challenged at 5'3".
But then that's when you got bodyguards though.
Listen, they had the bodyguard there. It was Megg the Stallion, but Megg the Stallion bodyguard.
Stop. Oh, okay. I thought you said Megg the Stallion was the bodyguard. I was about to say.
She was the bodyguard. She was just.
Nah, she wasn't the bodyguard. I mean, but this is. I mean, it hurts. In my opinion, it hurts him musically because, like, one of the things that Biv was saying off air was it kind of reminds you of the Chris Brown Rihanna situation. Not in a sense to where, like, if I'm not mistaken, did we know that Chris Brown and Rihanna was dating, or that was like?
Nah, we knew they were dating.
I did.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, we kind of. I think the world kind of knew they were dating.
All the time.
We didn't know she was getting punched on though, but we knew she was dating. He bit her and everything. Come on, Chris Brown.
Stop. We're not gonna bring that. We're not
gonna.
Let's not relive that. But I'm just saying, like, it's in the same. It's in the same light. You know what I mean? And what Chris Brown had to do to get back into where it's not in good graces, but in a sense to where people can just respect him off the music.
And to piggyback on what you said, Torey Lanez wasn't Chris Brown. Nah. He wasn't Chris Brown. We're like, he's not Chris Brown. Yeah, I mean, Chris Brown was a monster. Yeah, I mean, he was paving a way. I mean, he was a recognizable name. I'm not saying that Torey Lanez is not a recognizable name, but like you said, we just started listening to Torey Lanez. Yeah, I mean, the whole world was listening to Chris Brown by the time that happened with Torey Lanez, and people know who Megg the Stallion is too. So, like you said, it's just a crazy situation to be in, and for his career, just to go black right now, like he's not on any social media account, and like that's how you get your publicity right now. You know what I mean? Through social media, and for you to be black right now on social media, like you said, I think that hurts his career.
I mean, just the whole, like, and from what it sounded like, she tried to take up for him. You know what I mean? At first, she wasn't trying to cooperate with him. You know what I mean? She was saying that she stepped on something.
And
So I mean,
So here's my question, right? Because I heard a couple things, a couple situations. So one person said that we are making a big deal out of it because say if the roles was flipped, right? Say if that was a man punching on a woman. And again, we don't know if Meg Thee Stallion was punching on him. That's all speculation. But they said, say if he was punching on her, she was punching on him. Like Biv said, does he have the right to defend himself? But to that extent, um, was if the situation was he couldn't, yeah, I mean, defend himself in a different way, um, is it okay for him to defend himself to that extent?
Not
so
as long
is
as not as long as he can run, man. Like
I was thinking about that
make
too.
her catch you. Don't pull a gun on her. Make her catch you. If she gonna beat you up, make her earn it. Make her earn it.
he said make her earn it.
She
Just
probably
be real.
listen. What if she yoked
Like
him up?
don't pull the thing. You better swiggle out of your shirt or something. But I'm just saying. But you don't pull a gun. You don't pull a gun.
Nah,
And use
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Shot
Like,
on the foot.
it's one thing.
That
Come on, man.
either way,
Quick didn't even look good when he did it. Quick didn't look good when he did it because it solidified that he lost.
So it wasn't
Quick
a good
didn't
look
look good.
anyway.
It wasn't a good. It's not a good look for him. It's not a good look. Like either take the whooping, or get the 40-yard dash on. Like you make that decision, but you don't make the decision to pull the gun and use it. Like you didn't just flash it and try to scare her. You put one in her, like let her know, like I will put one in you. Like he let her know. He let everybody know. I'll put one in you.
What if she did just like Harlem Lights? What if he pulled it on and said, "You better go ahead, Meg," and you know what I mean, then she put her foot out there.
Again, Quick didn't look good when he did it. He didn't look good. He did not have to shoot her in the foot. He did not have to shoot her in the foot.
He didn't.
He didn't. He did not have to shoot her in the foot, man. Like all she did was pull the razor on. She didn't swing it at him. I mean, he did hit her in the head with the garbage can. I mean, he did up the end. He did bring in weapons. You got to be honest. He did bring the weapons into it.
Maybe Torey felt like that. He felt.
This is a well-written script that we're talking about. This is real life.
He didn't have to shoot him.
He did not have to shoot her, man.
He didn't have to shoot her.
He didn't have to shoot her.
He could have scared her, man.
He couldn't. You can't run in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Because people gonna talk about you. You know what I mean? You can't take your L. You know what I mean? Right there at Kylie Jenner party, you can't take no L's. Like you run, you as good as you know what I mean?
You can come back, but you might be able to come back from that.
Yeah.
And today's day and age, he may not be able to come back from it. Like Megg is gonna be good.
Yeah,
but he may not be able to come back from it. He could have came back from
the rap now.
Stop. All right.
They did bring back. They did welcome back 6ix9ine. So
who welcomed him back? Listen.
Somebody did. He had a lot of views.
That's the
from my understanding. I wouldn't know because I've never watched him.
That's the corporation.
I've never watched one. I've never given him one view before or after the snitching.
I did before.
Yeah,
I never.
See
not
what the
one
world was going on.
Never, not one.
Not one.
So I could have cared less about the whole situation.
Understood.
I ain't even listen. I didn't even know he was back. I didn't even know he was welcome back.
Yeah,
I didn't even know. Shout out to 6ix9ine. Appreciate it.
Ain't no shout out to him.
No shout out to 6ix9ine. All right, sorry.
Nah, bro.
I didn't even know.
He's on paperwork, bro.
Oh shoot.
Well, I can't. Never mind. I'm just. That's another discussion for another time. That's another discussion.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, but his situation, nah, not at all.
Anywho,
so we wrapping it up on this Tory Lanez Meg Thee Stallion thing.
Yeah, Tory Lanez, you wrong, brother. Like
you
Wayne said, you could have shimmied out or something.
You could have ran or just took the L, bro.
You just
Nobody would have been mad, man. You 5'3". Nobody would have looked at you as anything other than, man, he a little man. She a big girl, man. Like he didn't have it that night.
They lying to you, Torey. I would have looked at you. I would have looked at you
Man.
differently, Torey. You got your behind whooped, man. Listen, you
Nah,
could have.
man.
He a little dude.
No.
He a little dude.
Listen,
I
Man.
look at you
what was
differently.
your
You should have
reaction?
shot her.
What was your reaction?
I'm-
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Come on, Tamon, man. You too, Dom, man. There's no way, man. There's no way y'all from the hood and y'all ain't never seen a big girl beat up a little dude.
I have.
Come on, man.
I have.
Come on, man. And those dudes are still cool, man. Like nobody would have looked at Torey any different if Megg gave him one. If Megg gave him one, nobody would look at him different. He would have been a joke. He would have been the joke until the next joke. That would have been it. In today's day and age, you only the joke until the next joke.
It depends on how she beat him up, though.
No. Think about the reaction that you had when you first learned about he's 5'3", 120 pounds.
He ain't got a shot in the fight.
I automatically said.
Shot in the fight.
I automatically said that's why he shot her. I automatically said that's why he shot her. She probably was dogging him. She probably was getting in his behind. And he had to defend himself. That's probably what happened. He probably thought it was a life or death situation. You never know when you're getting dogged like that, man. You never. I don't know if you was getting dogged or not, Torey. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I agree. He should have not shot her. He shouldn't have shot her. He should have punched her in the nipple or something. He should have did something, man. He should have fought back. He should have punched her in the throat or something like.
So what's the next subject?
He had the pool party getting beat up. Come on, Torey.
In front of the Jenner girl.
In front of the Jenner. That's what happened. That's why he shot her, because he was getting beat up. He was getting dogged in front of Kylie Jenner.
Stop, man. You draw me in, man. What's the next subject?
Oh man. Again, y'all, this speculation, we don't know. This just us having fun about the situation. But again, it is a real serious situation.
Definitely.
We don't know what happened. We're not the news media. We're not TMZ or anything like that.
We can all agree that he shouldn't have shot her.
Yeah, he shouldn't have shot her. I am with Biv. He should have ran or took the L. You know what I mean? That's all you can do at that moment. In that moment, you know what I mean? Unless it's a life or death situation, just either run or take that L. And I think sometimes as men, we our pride come into play. Which in this situation probably seems like this would have what it was. But sometimes, man, you just gotta take that loss. You know what I mean? And in that situation, that's probably what he should have done. Just took the loss. But moving forward.
Yeah, moving forward.
Moving forward. Which y'all want to go to next? Y'all want to go to August Alsina entanglement? Or y'all want to jump into this?
Nah, I don't want. Let's get into some light and some positive real quick. Snoop and DMX first. Yeah, man.
DMX,
before we get into entanglements.
Like I said, damn, you want to get to the DMX Snoop, man? That was a slaughter.
You think so?
Man, listen, I'm sitting here. I'm looking at the track list right now with DMX. So this is what I want to ask y'all, because babe, you posted something in our chat. I never was a huge Snoop fan. Never was. And maybe because he was a West Coast rapper, and he talk his lingo sometimes he don't draw me in with it. But for y'all rap heads, y'all hip hop heads, what is the deal with Snoop? And again, before you answer that, I saw the post today, Tamar, you answered on it, that has Snoop in with some of the greatest rappers of all time on the list. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I would never put Snoop in that list. I would never put him on that list. I would never even think to put Snoop on that list. So what is it with what's the infatuation with Snoop Dogg?
Snoop got hit. Snoop got hit.
I got you, okay.
Snoop has won in every genre except for country.
I got you. Listen, not saying he can't put. I don't think that he can't. Not saying that he can't put.
What you mean, like lyrically?
A song together, right? Yeah, but like lyrically, I just Snoop is just not somebody who does it for me.
He's a great songwriter and he's turned into a great performer in my opinion.
I would give him that. I would say that.
I mean, I just guessed off of his persona pretty much. Now him being the OG, the Uncle Snoop, you know what I mean? He really transitioned into that well. But I mean, like bar wise, no, I'm not gonna put him up there with the greatest. But he got hit. you can't.
Nah, you can't deny his hits. You can't deny his hits. But it's kind of like something that we talked about on the other day when like Kanye. Kanye got hits too. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna put him up there with the best bar for bar guy.
I'm not gonna put Snoop up there best with the bar for bar guy either. Not gonna put Kanye up there. Not gonna put Snoop up there. But like for me, when we was talking about the verses, and I was like, dang, that verses against X, and I was like, I just think that I don't think it should have been the verses. We automatically knew that X was going to slaughter him.
I didn't see the song list, but from what I understood, people was like DMX was picking the wrong songs. One, but like I said in the chat, people forget Snoop got hits. Like you don't think about him, but Snoop got a lot of hits, and he makes a lot of songs with a lot of different people. Like he can throw in songs with Pharrell, he can throw in songs with Akon. Like he know who to go to make a song. You know what I mean? And then I think Snoop was really the first MC with Death Row, and that's really what made Snoop take off because he was the MC. Like Dre was the really just viewed as the production guy, even though he rapped, he was viewed as the production guy. Snoop was really the artist. He was the artist, you know what I mean? Like the Dogg Pound and those guys, they was making songs, but it was Snoop that was the guy that was out there really being the face of Death Row as far as the artist until Tupac came. Because if you look at the cover with Death Row on there, it's just them four. You take Tupac off there, who's the artist? Snoop. Snoop's the artist. Snoop was the artist. Him and Dre were the face of Death Row, of course with Suge, but Snoop was viewed as the rapper. Dre was viewed as the production.
I was looking at something the other day too, that has one of Snoop's albums as a classic. Got to pull it up, and I think it was one of his early albums. But even from there, like I said, he just never was somebody that did it for me. And again, maybe it's because he was a West Coast rapper, West Coast artist, and the lingo. I just didn't follow it or understand the lingo. So like I said, I was always gonna ride with DMX in that verses, because I just think DMX. Again, we talk about him a lot on the show, and we talk about just what DMX has done. I mean, just from those first 3 albums. I mean, then he had the albums after that, but just with those albums, like I just automatically knew that DMX was going to kill him. Yeah, I mean, like.
But no, I don't think so, man.
Listen, you don't think X?
And this is the thing. I'm a DMX fan. I'm a DMX fan, but Snoop, man. Okay, so when they was looking at the list, I'm pretty sure that the artists had an input of what song they want to go against what. So you got Gin and Juice versus Get At Me Dog, right? How do you pick versus them?
See, Gin and Juice, like you said, that's gonna be a wash. You know what I mean? Gin and Juice, Get At Me Dog. Gin and Juice gonna put you in that laid back vibe. You know what I mean? Chill. So I understand that, but that's one joint. Get At Me Dog and yeah, I mean,
then you got 2 of America's Most Wanted versus Stop Being Greedy.
I'm looking at the song list too. Yeah, DMX deserved to lose, man. He was picking a lot of bad songs. He picked a lot of bad songs. He went the wrong way. But at the same time, people forget the reach that Snoop had. Like I see Snoop put on the PIMP remix. Like people forget about that. I mean, it went up against Money, Power, Respect. Now
that's a
I'm gonna go with money, power, respect myself. But you know, what I mean, people can choose 50 over that. You know what I mean? But Snoop reach long, man.
Or you said X reach wrong or Snoop?
Snoop's reach is long.
Snoop's reach. Yeah, listen.
Snoop's reach is long, but DMX is at the same time picked some songs that was kind of iffy.
Yeah. But it's like
Okay, so we got
Snoop still relevant. You know what I mean, he's still relevant.
the 4-3-2-1. I think X won that one when he put that one versus Snoop's. I love it because 4-3-2-1 is like one of my favorite. that I love. That's one of my favorite songs. That reminds me of 7th grade.
Todd Smith.
Yeah, that's that guy. DMX slipping versus Snoop Dogg's murder was the case.
See, that's a tough one, but I probably would still pick slipping.
Then, what these chicks want from a Negro, featuring Cisco versus Snoop Dogg's Beautiful with Pharrell.
I'm going to pick. See, that's a tough one, but I probably would still pick.
I'm picking X.
Right, I said I'm still picking X.
I'm not even thinking about it.
But again, listen, beautiful. But again, that joint.
People are gonna pick that song not because of Snoop. They're gonna pick that song because of Pharrell.
Yep.
Hey,
just being honest.
And I'm gonna pick X on it. I'm gonna pick X on that.
People are gonna pick that song because of Pharrell.
Snoop pulled out the "Down for My Negroes" when he was with No Limit, and then X had with him and Jay the Money Cash females.
Come on, bro. Listen, was that what song you picking out of that one?
I'm going with Snoop on that one.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna pick Money Cash.
That one is that one is a club classic, bro.
That's a club classic.
I can say, and it's probably because Jay on it. It's probably because Jay on it. But I got you.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. If you really go back and listen to that track, you probably won't even be as impressed
with X,
with him or Jay, because I wasn't. Just being real. I listened to it the other day and I was like, "Ooh, this song a little wishy-washy."
Snoop Dogg's "What's My Name" versus DMX "What's My Name." Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Snoop is like, sorry.
I mean, and then there's songs that to me Snoop could have pulled out. He didn't pull out Next Episode. He didn't pull out Still Dre. He could have pulled out to Get Your Mind Right with Jay-Z. So it's a lot. He could have pulled out the All I Do Is Win remix.
Hold on. Before I say it, is what's name on here? Is Sexual Seduction on here?
Nope, it's not. Sexual Seduction, yeah.
It's like I said, Snoop reached long, man.
Like,
yeah,
man.
Don't play. Don't play with Snoop, man. Don't play with.
Like I said, Snoop make hits. Snoop make songs. Like you said, but again, I'm looking at the track list. Like you said, X did pick the right songs. But like you said, listen, Snoop left out a lot. Hold
on, man. Hold on. Let me before you say that. Let me go and make sure that I didn't see
it. It's not.
Because if I don't see it on here, I'm gonna be very upset.
He picking futures. He picking futures and everything weird.
Yeah, that's how they.
He got the Aaliyah future, John.
Back in one piece.
Oh, he did pick it.
Okay.
He did pick it. I was gonna rate round 16. That's my joint. I didn't care what Snoop Dogg song went up against that. Niggas done started something. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't care what Snoop song went up.
It's a Doggy Dog World went up with that joint though. So like you said, that was.
It didn't even matter what.
Nah, yeah, with the Locks and Mace.
Everybody. The question is, who had the best verse on that song? I've debated that with a lot of people, man. And then I go back and listen to it, and my opinion changes.
My opinion for a long time was Mace, but I was a Mace fan for a while.
See, and my favorite always has been Luch. That's always my favorite from the Locks.
Yeah.
Jada,
But
my God.
Jada's to me, he's the best and most versatile on there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I always felt like X had the best verse on there. But then I went back and I was like, man, maybe it was SP. Like I don't know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah, I was about to say you gonna make me. I'm gonna run.
I'm gonna listen to it as soon as the show over, so I can have that debate with myself.
Listen, I'm with you. Like you said, Snoop Reach, just looking at through the joint, man. He got songs with everybody. You know what I mean? Just and again,
Snoop.
maybe the catalog. I was just looking at his catalog. You know what I mean? But as far as his albums, but when you start looking at his list, like, damn, they got songs with that person.
See, and another thing is, man, when people hear Snoop Dogg, they automatically think about the Death Row era. They forget about everything since 2000. They forget about all of those hits that he got with so many different people, man. I'm pretty sure he's got a couple of things with Eminem. I'm pretty sure it's out. I'm pretty sure it's out there. Like
he got stuff with everybody, man.
He got stuff with everybody, man. That's Uncle Snoop.
And he got the gospel album, like you said. He got all genres. You know what I mean? Like
And
said,
the thing with X, his run was strong, but
it was a short. It was like
it was a short window. And then he got in trouble and all that.
Like Carmelo versus LeBron. You know what I mean?
Stop that! Wow. Wow. Carmelo versus LeBron.
This is a marathon. Start off fast.
How did that go from?
But you weaving in the back.
He looked good the other day, though, man. He looked good.
Don't say that, Dom. They messed around and get the 8th seed, and then they beat LeBron, and then what happened?
You gonna turn back the hoodie, Mello.
Y'all not gonna be able to hear me for. Especially if you have a good series.
You LeBron fans would go into hibernation.
They would.
They would go into hibernation. They won't care about baseball. They won't care about football. They won't say nothing until next April or May for the playoffs. They're not gonna say nothing. They can't say nothing.
I'm gonna tell you this: you gonna find Carmelo Anthony fans come out of nowhere. Nowhere. I'm talking about Denver Nuggets 15. I'm talking about Syracuse 15.
You're gonna see everybody gonna get cornrows.
Everybody. I've been a fan since Baltimore City, Towson Catholic. That's been my guy since I seen. Yep.
So Tamar gonna be the one. Tamar gonna dust the jersey off. Tamar gonna come in. He gonna do the show.
They got a tough road, man. They got a tough road, man.
They do.
Tough road. Just to get in, let alone actually beat the Lakers in the first round.
Listen, I know this is a hip hop show, but I was looking at them the other day. Yo, they big, bruh. I'm like, yo,
they big all over the place.
They big, so they can.
They got bodies. They got bodies that can compete with the Lakers, man. They just gotta get in.
Talk about Anthony Davis. So.
They got.
But I'm loving what Swiss and Timberland is doing for the culture as far as having the verses. I've seen that he's having Keisha Cole versus a Ashanti posse.
See,
and T.I. wants to go up against 50.
That's one of the ones I was going to want to talk about, because if that does happen, I think people sleep. Like we talked about it a little bit on the show.
Me and Dwayne disagree.
I said Biv think 50 gonna kill him.
I think T.I. got it.
T.I.'s catalog, I went back, so I listened to that man. His catalog is nasty, bro. His catalog.
I think that's why he's so confident. I think he was too confident when he said Jay, but
yeah,
that's reaching.
Nah, Jay put on 3 albums, and He'd be good. He'd be straight. But yeah. Shoot, all Jay really got to do is put on the blueprint and be straight. Put the blueprint too. You got double this. He'd be straight. But yeah, T.I.'s catalog is crazy, man. When you start to
I got a great catalog. He got a great catalog. I'm not disrespecting his catalog by any stretch of the imagination. But we're talking about hits here. We're not talking about your favorite song you like to bang in your car when you driving. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about hits.
Hey, they both got a song with Justin.
We're talking about putting up, and whose song is better with Justin?
I don't know. I don't know.
We also gonna say Big bias. You know, we know 50 is man.
That could be a tie.
Stop it. Yes, 50 is my guy. He is my guy. But there's guys that 50 don't want to see too. Don't get it twisted. There's dudes that 50 ain't even in their stratosphere. Snoop is one of them. Like, he don't want that smoke.
I'm trying to see who Drake go up.
Drake, listen, the only person that can, I'm gonna say this.
Drake can only do verses now.
You said now?
10 years from now, a lot of his music isn't timeless. A lot of his music is fire right now, but in a couple of years, you don't want to hear it no more.
I'll say this. Drake would have to go up against a female.
You'd have to go see like a Rihanna. Or like maybe an R&B, like a Chris Brown or something.
That's the only person I thought about was Rihanna. He would.
That's what we gotta go see, man.
His verses was have to go up against a Rihanna.
That dude hit list is crazy.
Yeah, so
wow. That him and Rihanna would be actually would be a good one.
It. But even
that's
Rihanna,
what we would have to go. That's what we have to see.
Or Beyonce.
Listen, Rihanna. Rihanna got. I think she's number 7 all time record sold. Yeah. Drake not even on that list.
A Beyonce versus Rihanna.
But
Beyonce, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, anybody going up against Rihanna, gotta bring it, bro. She number 7 all time. She ahead of Taylor Swift. The only people that's really ahead of her is like groups, old time groups, bro.
The Beatles.
Beatles, stuff like that, bro. She got a catalog.
Her catalog is crazy, but it's gonna be it could be if she go up against a Drake, it could be a recency bias.
Yeah, it could be. Listen, Drake, like I said, Drake, that man. Speaking of Drake, speaking of Drake, since we brought him up, let's talk about him probably going independent. What'd that look like?
Yeah. If he goes independent, in my opinion, that shuts down the whole music industry.
Well,
because he's gonna get millions weekly.
What does he need a machine for?
Exactly.
He is the machine.
What does he need a machine for?
He is the machine.
He is a machine. And now with streaming, and you no longer need anybody for distribution.
Yeah.
For what? I can distribute at the push of a button.
My own thing is contractually. I mean, that's the only thing I think about is that he probably still locked into a contract. Other than that,
baby got him.
Yeah, well, you see what he did to Lil Wayne. So I won't be surprised. So yeah, that's the only thing I can think about. Like you said.
But no, from what I'm understanding, I guess his contract is up. Like his album tenure is up.
So that's probably why now he thinking. That's probably why he's thinking about now. I mean, probably going independently.
But think about that though. Like that's one thing you really don't hear about in like music. Like you don't hear about those guys like ringing up contracts.
Yeah.
Like what was his first deal? Was his first deal like a 4-album deal, 5-album deal, and then he re-upped it for another 5, 6 albums? Like you don't hear about those things, so you don't even know like did they put him in a position where he had to make like 10, 15 albums before he can get from underneath?
That's probably exactly. Listen, knowing just my little bit of knowledge of the music industry, that's probably exactly what happened They probably
If
say,
you
listen,
think
I need
about
10.
it, he put out music like
Mhm.
non-stop. Non-stop. Like you think about it, man, like he's only been around for a short period of time. For the things that he's
Going on
that for
10
the things
years.
that he's achieved, you know what I mean? For the things that he's achieved, like he's only been in the game for a short period of time. But
That's crazy.
if he can go completely independent, when he goes completely independent, because I don't even believe it's an if he's out of his contract. It's no more. It should be no longer an if. It should just be when he does it. But I would hope that he does. And, you know, I wish him the best of luck with it, man. Go get it.
I would definitely. I
The
mean,
one
I'm not a
dude,
Drake, and I'm not a Drake fan.
right,
listen,
but get
I'm
your
not a Drake
bread,
fan, but I
good
keep it,
brother.
I keep it real.
Absolutely, bro.
But I keep it real.
Absolutely.
Not a Drake fan. But the one exec, I don't know if you read that quote to mine, but the one dude, Steve Stott, whatever his name is, he said
Steve
Steve
Stout,
Stout.
man.
Hmm?
You don't know who Steve Stout is, brother?
No, I'm not.
Diddy does.
Oh, Universal. But
That's
yeah,
old.
Stop that, Javon. Stop.
That's old. That's old.
You bringing up old stuff.
listen, he said if Drake goes independent, he said the music game is over.
Oh man, that's old. That's way beyond. That's hate me now.
He said, "What? That's hate me now? Oh, did he hate? Oh, you said this." But
But
he
I
said,
don't believe they always say that. Like everything is just gonna destroy the industry. But they say the same thing about mixtapes. They said the same thing about streaming, you know, and it doesn't seem like the music game is hurting any more than it has already been. You make your money on the road. Unless you own everything and you can control everything from top to bottom, you're gonna make majority of your money on the road. As if you're an artist and you're signed to a label, that's where you're gonna make majority of your money on the road. So the music game hasn't changed that much, and not a lot of people. It's not like every artist is in a position where they can do that. Not every artist is in Drake's position.
I think,
You know, not at a global state. Like you can be your own boss on your little label and you know control everything from your home locally or even regionally, but on a global stage, you need a machine behind you, and Drake has created a machine through Lil Wayne.
And he's a brand himself.
Yes.
that's what I'll say. I think I agree and disagree because I do believe that some of these artists can, like I said, we just think about some of these mumble rappers. Some of them can be their own machine. You know what I mean? Some of them can be independent, and become independent, and yeah, I mean, just get it. I just think sometimes that people just think that they have to have that machine behind them. That's the name. That's the brand. Universal. I mean, Def Jam. That is the brand, and they've been doing it for so long, and they just say, "Well, I always wanted to sign with Rock. I mean, I always wanted to sign with Universal," and they don't really just go get it get it on their own. And I think that if Drake does that and he steps out to become independent, I think that he's going to pave the way for a lot more artists to want to do that, to want to be independent. Because this the guy, right? This is the guy. This guy, the guy, said, "I'm going to be independent." Yeah, I mean, and then he's going to encourage other rappers or other artists to do the same thing.
I mean, I think now, like you said, with what you guys said, as far as like the streaming and whatnot, it makes it a lot easier to be the independent. I mean, in the carve your own lane, and I mean, really, if you get a following on one of these social media sites, you know what I mean, you're in. And if you think about, I was listening a little bit to the forum that they had when Steve Stout said what he said as far as Drake going independent. They had Russ on there and my boy Toby. I can't pronounce his last name, but it was just saying as far as like those guys are independent, right? They've had their own lane, they have their own following, they've built it through pretty much social media to the point to where they're their own boss. They're not at the status of Drake, but they've created their own cult like following. And not a cult in a bad way, but we're talking about cult
Right.
culture in a sense. So I mean, it's inevitable, but like you said, I just think it'd be more so the bigger, huge companies like a Universal, like a Sony. That I mean, if Drake can do it, then what's to say that like when Ross's contract comes up with Warner Brothers with Maybach Music Group, what is he gonna do?
Mhm.
And so I mean, it's
I hear I kind of get what you're saying because it goes back to what I was saying like on the show with Raheem like you're the ones you are the one that's actually hitting the pavement. You know what I mean? You are the one that's out here producing. You are the one that's doing. You know what I mean? Like when I think about Maybach Music, I don't even think about Warner Brothers. You know what I mean? I think about Maybach Music. I think about Rick Ross building his brand. He did that. You know what I mean? So to piggyback off what you're saying, what's gonna stop Ross from doing that? You know what I mean? Being independent, taking Maybach Music independent. You know what I mean? What's gonna stop Meek from doing Dream Chasers? You know what I mean? Doing that independent. You know what I mean? If Drake is doing it, these people actually have following. So what's gonna stop them from actually doing it if Drake does that?
if they locked in the contracts.
And again, and I said, I think that's the only reason. That's the only reason that they don't do it because I think when they first get them, they hungry, right? So they come to a kid, they hungry, and they just want to get out of their situation. But they say, here, sign this, right? 10, 15 album deal. You know what I mean? But when you know what I mean, when you're the one that's doing this thing, I'm like, hold up, what I need this machine here for? You know what I mean? I'm the
But the
one that's
machine
actually
was the loan.
right. That's all it was. But
The
I'm the one
advance.
that's actually doing the thing. I'm
Yeah.
the one that's actually doing the
Right.
work. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I think that that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna say, hold up, like Drake doing this, Drake actually gonna school him a little bit, and we're gonna start to see more people. We're gonna start, I guarantee it. If Drake becomes the domino, we're gonna see more people. We're gonna see Maybach Music, we'll see Dream Chasers, we'll see all these other artists start to branch off from these big machines or these big label companies to do their own thing independently.
And then Baby loses out.
Baby gonna start snapping regardless.
I wonder if Nicki Minaj is still under contract.
Man, they got Nicki locked up for forever, boy.
That's probably why she keep trying to retire. Trying to get from under that contract.
Try to pull a Barry Sanders.
Yeah, man. She keep trying to get from under that contract, and they be like, you still like the rap. Come on.
Yeah.
That's why Mace. That's why Puffy got Mace under contract forever. He got him under contract for life.
Yep.
Mace can't do nothing. Mace can't put out a gospel album without Puffy eating.
Poor Mace.
Got my man locked up. That's crazy.
Shout out to Mason Bethel. Got him entangled.
Like I said,
you got him entangled. So got him entangled. Let's go ahead to the entanglement.
So
let's get into it.
I'm pretty sure everybody has seen the interview, unless you're me. Yeah, I mean, who just glanced at it, and my wife showed me a little bit of it. Yeah,
I haven't seen it, bro.
Well, me and my man Biv in the same boat. But but it's a I guess it's a part of the conversation where they're talking and Jada mentions she was in an entanglement, and I guess Will kept saying no, just say what it was, right? But Jada kept saying it was entanglement, and then if y'all haven't watched the video, she was having an affair with August Alsina. Now no, there was no allegedly. There's no allegedly. They was having an affair. My man.
You don't know what her meaning was when she said entanglement. So we're gonna say allegedly. Let's say allegedly.
Hey, listen.
According to the song,
I can say according to August Alsina song. Well, ain't no allegedly behind it, baby. We know that he said exactly what he said.
Said there wasn't a lot of words exchanged. You know what I mean?
And yo, what I think about is like he was on one of her Red Table Talks like early on in the game too, talking about his addiction to Percocets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It made me think like, what was y'all doing then?
Oh man, bro.
It was entangled.
That's how they first got entangled. That's how
what do you mean? What do you mean? But the thing about it is, like, they've openly said, her and Will have openly said they have an open relationship. This shouldn't be news.
This wasn't no news to me, bro.
It was
This should
news
not be
because
news.
my man got a new album, man, and he had the
Bro,
interview.
My point is,
he had the
exactly.
he had the
My point
interview with
exactly.
Angela Yee, right? And so it's whole. I ain't watched the whole thing, but that's where it started off. Angela Yee, for one, her questions, it was just she was trying to find that, and he, you know what I mean. I'm not going to say that he was an opportunist, but he spoke what was his truth.
who August or
And August,
He took
because in a sense,
advantage of the opportunity.
because in a sense,
Opportunist.
like if you think about like it came out right, and Twitter went crazy to the point to where Jada felt like I gotta say something, I gotta explain myself, and like Dwayne said, it shouldn't have been news, but it was news because he said something, and she was like, "This is something that we got past," meaning like it had already been confronted, and now you got to confront it in front of people to save face. You know what I mean?
Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't they been get over that like a year ago?
I don't know how long.
I don't know.
I can say I can call my guest in here. She probably know exactly. Because she was telling me, I think they got over it like a year ago, and that was the first time that they had to confront it like live on air or something like that. But like you said, that's something that they've been got over, and then for it to, you know what I mean, get entangled into, you know what I mean, the interview, like
My man said he was in love with her though.
August.
Yeah, and
Hold on, man. How old is bro?
I said she put that poetic justice on. I mean,
I was getting ready
not
to say, man.
not the poetic justice, but
Come on. Let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest, bro.
No.
We would have been in love too.
It's Jada Pink. Not take the Smith off of it. Jada Pink.
Jada
Set it
Pinkett.
off. We can go down the list, right?
Jason's
so
lyric. That's what she did.
I can definitely understand just off the physical. You know what I mean? Because I don't know her as a person. So, but why would you bring it back up if like you said if it was a year ago? That means that I'm pretty sure that that's probably one of the reasons why the Smith family have been doing what they're doing as far as showing their lifestyle and whatnot, because that was probably a hard time. They got over it, got past it, and got together again.
Come on, it wasn't. You said that my man wasn't an opportunist, right? He's an opportunist because you can't say that you didn't think things through when you also come out with a song with Rick Ross.
Yeah, Ross mentioned Tupac. Ross is ignorant sometimes, man.
Like,
but that right, yeah, that was
like,
opportunist. Like
that's an opportunist move. Because if it was in this almost like a business deal on both sides, because didn't her YouTube show the Red Table Man, didn't it have like a record for views or something?
Probably, I wouldn't know it.
Man, it worked out for both sides.
Yeah, like you said, like we said, at the beginning with the Tory Lanez and the
I take these celebrity stories, man, with a grain of salt, man.
It could be, like you said, it could
that's
be.
What I like feeding.
Got my man
that's what I
Will
like
out here
feeding
as a
into.
meme. Got my man Will out here as a meme.
But like you said, he's relevant.
Like
he's relevant. They're relevant.
He look like a fool right now, but at the same time, people feeling sorry for him. Like, dude,
yep.
They've said they have an open marriage. Yeah. He knew about this. He knew that what was going on with him and her.
Did you think so?
I wonder, like, why
they have an open marriage.
Why was he so hurt? That's what gets me. You know what I mean?
Who? August?
No, Will.
Will's a come on, man.
He was acting.
What is his occupation? Like, why do people forget what these people do for a living?
That was yo,
man. This is the same dude that, in my opinion, got robbed of an Oscar. This dude killed in front of a green screen with a doll. And you don't think he can sit in front of a table and act like he mad because Jada was messing with some boy?
He got me too, because I'm like, he killed. Tears good.
Yo,
Yo,
he killed
had
in
the
front of a
tears.
green screen.
yo, the tears ready to come down, boy. Look at the tears ready to come
He
down.
looked like he was getting ready to cry, man.
I said,
He
yo,
looked
dang,
like,
man.
and that was the funniest meme to me, because it reminded me of the scene from Fresh Prince. Why he don't want me? You know what I'm saying? It reminded me of that. That's why I was like, you know what, man? This is all for publicity, man.
Yo, I see.
Everybody eating off this.
I seen somebody have a video with that, man. That blended the two, yo.
Yo, that thing was hilarious. Yo,
But that's the first thing I started thinking of when I seen that face. I was like, yo, he like he ready to cry. I said,
yeah.
oh man.
I said, yo, listen,
Why
now
he
that
on
man
rope?
said it, since he mentioned it, I said, that was Oscar worthy, boy. That red top,
Like,
that thing was Oscar worthy.
man, you know, we can't act like she not a good actress either, man.
True. Yo, that thing was Oscar worthy, bro. That
And
whole
people
thing.
be falling. I don't fall for that stuff.
I just saw
Nobody's really hurt from it. This is something that they knew was going on. Both of them knew what was going on. And August just caught feelings when he wasn't supposed to. But now he can eat off. Now he gonna eat off from it, so he good.
Unless unless it was all planned out from the beginning, because August they little protege, so they said this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna come up with this. We're gonna do this red table.
This says a long.
I'm gonna act. We're gonna listen. They wrote the whole script out.
The whole script, right?
The whole script, and now August dropped Entanglement.
And then Jada coming out with a book. Watch.
Yep. August album gonna be called Jada. That's what the album gonna be called.
Watch. Adventures of an Entanglement. That's Jada book. That's the title of Jada book. Watch. It's gonna turn into a series. Watch.
Yep. Dang, yo, they got us again. They reeled everybody in.
Like I don't fall for the banana. I didn't keep falling for the banana tailpipe.
They done reeled the whole world in, boy. I tell you.
Hey, I tuned in because it took me away from the everything. What in the world is happening here? Why? What is happening? And
I don't get it.
And
I don't get involved in those celebrity relationship news stuff, man. I can't, because like we can go back to Megg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I heard that the whole Moneybag Yo relationship wasn't legit. That it was basically a business deal. Let's just say we together because we both got some music coming out.
Right.
And listen, I've heard where companies or labels will do that. They will put people together. Yeah, I mean, because
Will and Jada said that there was a partnership. You know what I mean? So
that's why they got an open marriage.
Yeah, because they're in Hollywood.
Until my man Will caught real feelings. He caught real feelings, boy. Got caught up in that entanglement.
I was about to say another rumor.
Real was the first person that got caught up in the entanglement, boy. The first person.
No, but I've definitely heard about the open marriage.
Yeah.
I know I've heard speculations about his leading ladies.
I said, listen, I heard he was catching bodies. Now she caught a body. Yeah, I mean, maybe August was off limits. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he was off limits.
August didn't know the code, yo. August didn't know the code. August is a singer. He's
Cardinal side chick rule. You do not catch feelings.
That's probably what it was.
That's all it was, man. He caught feelings. He caught feelings, man.
Listen. He grew up watching her, man. Like I say, he grew up watching her.
And she seemed like she at least as a friend. I don't know what she is as a wife or a girlfriend, but at least as a friend, she seems real cool, man. So it seemed like you would be real easy to catch feelings, especially if you already grew up with a crush on her.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. And she's a sex addict too, so she knows.
He said she got over that, bro.
Nah, bro, she don't get over that.
You never get over. You never get over that, bro. You never get over. As long as
that's what she said.
Unless you get that organ completely removed, how do you get over that?
She ain't get over that. That's why we talk about this entanglement.
Unless you get your brain completely removed where you can't remember how that feels, there's no way you get over that.
That's why we talking about this entanglement right now, boy.
You can have it under control.
Yeah.
That might be what she meant. She has it under control, but she ain't get over it.
She ain't got that thing under control either. Boy.
I'm just saying what she said. That's
I'm
all.
talking
I'm
about
just
this thing
saying
right
what she
now.
said.
August was,
That's why she entangled.
That's why she entangled right now. August was off limits. I'm telling y'all, man. He was off limits, man. That's why what happened. She couldn't handle. She couldn't control herself.
Or never mind. I ain't going there.
Oh
I'll leave that
man,
alone.
you about to
Move on to
open,
the next subject.
you better open Pandora's box, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
So
man.
so August tried to make his climb back. So that's how we're gonna segue into J. Cole.
Says J. Cole.
Jermaine Cole has blessed, I think, has blessed us with two tracks. Personally, the climb back is dumb stupid to me. He I don't know if he heard the podcast and was like, all right.
Yo, real quick before you say something, I think a lot of people listen to our podcast, bro, because a lot of stuff happened right after we talk about it.
It does. It definitely does, yo. We need to somebody need to send us a check for that, man.
Word.
Cause that just listen, we got a Powerball numbers or something. let's get them out there. But nah, nonetheless, yeah, I personally the climb back, I've been listening to that like back to back to back all day. His wordplay is dumb on that, man. Yeah. It's dang. And then the beat is nice and smooth. I don't know what sample it has. I know it's got a sample. I gotta see the discography or whatever you want to call it. But nonetheless, hey, Jay did his not Jay, but J. Cole did his thing. Did his thing. And Lion King, what is it? Lion King on
Lion
Ice?
King on Ice, yeah.
That joint go. I think that's the joint that don't have a hook.
Yeah.
But that everything goes back around, goes go. So that, but yeah. I'm not gonna. Y'all go ahead. Say something.
No. It's just, I think, like you said, it's J. Cole. You don't expect, and it's, I mean, maybe sometimes you should, but you don't expect anything less when he does something. I mean, when he put a song out, like you said, he does the wordplay in there. I'm trying to think of the one line that caught me. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, he said something about an eye flipped upside down, something like that, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, it's J. Cole. You know what I mean? J. Cole, when he puts out quality music. You know what I mean? I know a lot of times we talk about like him, like J. Cole like competes with himself. You know what I mean? So we'll say like I wanted more from him, but just because yeah, I mean, we want more from him doesn't mean that it's still not hot and it's not fire. Yeah, I mean, it's just like you said, consistent J. Cole. He's consistent. You know what I mean, so I like both the joints too as well.
I didn't give a listen. Like, I'm not saying that he's not hot or he don't, but like he's just not really he's never really been my flavor.
Got you.
Like,
I got you.
He got bars. He got bars. Like, he got bars. I ain't gonna say he don't got bars. He definitely got bars.
Is it because he sing?
Well, listen. He started out singing. He started out singing on the one joint. Nah, this joint. He started out singing on Climb Back. The Climb Back. I said, what the freak? I had to go and see if it was a Future. What the freak?
What happened?
I had to go and see if it was a Future, like as a feature.
Oh.
You thought I said Future.
Yeah. I was about to say, nah, man.
I had to go see if it was a feature. But I was like, oh, no, it's J. Cole. That's J. Cole actually singing on the track.
Nah,
I'm gonna give him a listen then.
One of the things that he ended off with the outro is he went like a little melody that said, everybody mentioned suicide prevention.
Mm-hmm.
They even got a hotline. But who can you call up when we're talking about a homicide or something like that? Said whenever there's an urge to get triggers involved, need a number for my niggas to call. I was like, okay, that got me because it resonates off of what the back and forth we had with the young girl from Chicago, and when she was, I guess, he got criticized about saying that he didn't like her tone, but he was when he replied in the song that he didn't feel like he was doing enough, and one of the things that he wanted to do is be more, I guess, more reflective in his music and more, I guess, she wants to be more woke, I guess,
Mhm.
and understanding the plight of what's going on in America today. Now, I think that little melody, granted, is small, but I mean, if you just listen to those words, it makes sense to him trying to combat that stigma of rappers not really caring of what's
Mhm.
going on today. So
And it's crazy because for me, I never get that from J. Cole. You know what I mean, I always feel like he is in tune to like stuff that's going on. And I feel like he does actually try to talk about, you know what I mean, the things that's going on in America, like Black Lives Matter, especially the stuff that's going on with the black community. I feel like he's very vocal and very open about how he feels about what's happening in the black community.
I agree with that. Always felt like, even though I don't follow him, and you know, what I mean, I always felt like he always had something to say in his music. I always
Mhm.
felt like he had a message within his bars. So I definitely agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
one thing I
especially.
like, one thing I like is that the fact that he's starting to produce his own stuff. So with that, I mean, to me, he's a way better rapper than Dr. Dre. And not saying he's on Dr. Dre's level as far as producing wise, but when you get into that lane and how he is to me as a rapper, and when you actually start to produce your own stuff and you making hits, then that's when you get into a different stratosphere, in my opinion.
About to be independent. Once these
Dreamville.
once these once he put out them four more albums, he's gonna be independent.
Yo, he said that he didn't even read the contract that he signed with Rock Nation.
I told you, bro. Listen, they don't read the contracts. They just I'm trying to get out my situation. This is Jay, this Rock Nation, trying to dot line. Listen, if Jay would have came to me, I was a rapper, and said, "Listen, Dom, I want you to do this. Just sign here, sign here." I mean, I probably would have signed. I probably didn't know what the hell I was signing. I probably he probably had me for life. He probably that's probably what he did to Chris. He probably said, "Listen, sign here," and then the joint said, "I'm gonna take your flow, and you can't say nothing about it." And young Chris signed there, and that's what happened.
But yo, I just got a thought. So Wale has been mad at J. Cole a little bit because they were opening it up for Jay, and J. Cole was the one that got signed by Jay, right?
Hmm.
And now Wale is working with Young Chris.
Okay,
Is that a get back?
I want to say this a get back. I just think young Chris talented. This
Because
also
because Chris was pretty much blackballed, right? And we know that Wale has a blackballed mentality. He seems like he's the angry rapper, so to speak. So I mean, it just popped up because you said you mentioned
I
Young
said
Chris,
because
and then I thought about J. Cole. And I was like, yo, my mind started working. My mind started thinking.
I
I was
think
like, maybe that might be one of the reasons why Wale mad. He liked J. Cole, but at the same time, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go get Jay-Z myself. And went go get Young Chris.
I think honestly, just off of that, right? I think that they both ended up where they should be. You know what I mean? Because I think that Wale under Jay, um, it could have been a different path. You know what I mean? And then like I couldn't picture J. Cole underneath, you know what I mean, with Maybach music. You know what I mean? I just think what they ended up their path, you know what I mean, just it was perfect. It was perfect for them.
Now I know this was not in the things,
It's all
but
good.
yo, did y'all see Loaded Lux versus Sue Surf?
Nope. Well, look it up right now.
No, but I heard it was a wash.
I
I
watched which
heard
way Luck.
I heard Luck gave him a 30 piece. Like,
Yeah, that's what it looked. That's what it looked like to me. Yo,
but
loaded, man. Lux got some things on
Luck still got bars. Like, they better leave him alone.
him. Cause
They
he
better leave
he
him alone. His
yo
mind work different as he getting older too.
It does. It does, bro.
That's when you start. That's when you start really, really, really finding out who you really are.
Yep. Talking that real stuff.
And the schemes that he was putting together, bro. Like, man,
Cause I heard Surf choked in the first round. After coming out with the gray hoodie with bullet holes in it, like he came out with a prop and then choked in the first round. Like it's a 30 piece after that. Like there's no coming back from that. Like, but I'm gonna give it a look when I get a chance.
yeah.
I just put it on my list.
Cause matter of fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and download Caffeine and start watching them joints.
And actually, I think I just deleted my Caffeine too.
Yo,
I'm about to re-download my joint too.
I'm looking. Shout out to Genius. They might not get it all the way right, but I'm looking at what they the bars. I can't go. I'm going too fast, but I just know what I seen. I didn't see the whole thing. I seen maybe probably like half of two and all of three, and I was like, oh my god, this is what was advertised, because I seen it was advertised, you know what I mean, like go to Caffeine, it's the battle, you know what I mean, it's the main event, you know what I mean, and I like Loaded Lux, like I like the URL, you know what I mean, I tune in, I don't know everybody, but I tune in, and because I like bars, and the way they put bars together is quite lovely, and seeing the way Loaded Lux broke that man down, I said, God, man, goodness gracious, bro. And it pisses me off sometimes because it's like, yo, battle rappers always get a bad rap as far as not being able to make great songs. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, to be honest, I think a lot of the bars would go over a lot of the general listeners' head. You know what I mean? Because
Almost definitely.
And it's some stuff you won't catch it when you first hear it. You got to go back and listen to it 2 or 3 times.
Man, some of that stuff be having double, triple meanings, man. Like you don't like you can take it a number of different ways, and you just like it's just bananas. Like
so, like you said, I was looking at my joint. Something that's off topic. Will Smith responded to the entanglement comment. He clapped back on that. So something I'm gonna look into.
Because I heard 50 hit him in the DMs. He was like, I'm gonna block you, yo, 50. It was somebody else that responded that I know he said, I'm gonna block you.
So
Hollywood.
let me ask y'all this question. And I know, I guess it's kind of still hip hop. Russ and Sierra had a baby, and they named that kid Win. W-I-N.
WIN.
W-I-N. Like Win.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Thoughts?
Is it a boy or a girl?
I think it's a boy. I think it's a boy. But like Ben said, does it really matter? They named that kid Win. W-I-N. Are you serious?
I guess they're going to be successful.
They have to. They have no choice but to be successful.
But at the same time,
so did Win lose? Like that's gonna be the running joke from a man, yo.
Win? Oh my god!
But think about it though, like their name will never be on like a resume that somebody will have to judge.
Right, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
But it would it won't, but it will, because let's just say like because they're gonna be in the spotlight, right? They are. Your dad is a all pro football player, and your mom is Sierra, right? My man named Win Harrison Wilson. Win Harrison Wilson. He's going to somebody's
His
gonna
nickname gonna be Dub, so it don't even matter.
Hey, that's a dope nickname, man.
Yeah, Dub.
Let me pick up Dub, yo. About to get this Dub
Yep.
with Dub.
So it don't even matter.
But they just gonna clown him. They're gonna clown him. Listen, if he get into sports or anything like that,
he can't lose.
He start losing. They're gonna start clowning him.
He gonna have that Russ attitude, man.
He's gonna be
that go getter.
He's gonna be the butt of everybody's joke, though.
Everybody joke you lose, bro. I thought you was a winner. I thought your name was Win.
He gonna say my money long.
How are y'all losing with a guy named Win?
Win.
Yeah.
Yep. He better not play no quarter. He better not be a quarterback. He better not.
Now that begs the question: how hard do you think it is for a kid that has successful parents to be successful?
For me, I think I don't think it's hard at all.
I don't think the actual achieving success is necessarily hard, just because when you come from wealth, you're able to fail more.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe the pressure of living up to some sort of standard, even if it's within your own mind, of living up to your parents' expectations.
And that's what I was going to say.
To their level of celebrity. That's really it.
That's what I would say, because it's a mental thing. Expectation. I think about Walter Payton's son. Walter Payton's son was all right. He was all right in Miami. He made it to the league. But I think that with the success of your parents comes that expectation. You have to, and maybe it's an expectation that you put on yourself, but you have to perform, or people expect you to perform. You know what I mean? Could you go ahead?
I think it's the level of success that your parent is. So, for instance,
absolutely,
Michael Jordan's sons will never live up to Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? And Bronny has some big shoes to fill. So,
yeah,
like,
Bronny's in a tough situation. He's in a tough situation simply because he is coming into his own as his dad is still on top.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the knock on him is kind of similar to what Eli went through. Even though Peyton wasn't his father, but everything that Eli did was a measurement to Peyton.
Yep.
Like there wasn't 30 other quarterbacks in the league. Everything that Eli did was compared to Peyton. So Bronny's gonna be in that situation where everything that he does, because when he becomes a senior, if he's not ranked the same place that LeBron was ranked, it's gonna be mentioned. So it's not that it's not like man, it's not like he stinks. He's just not his dad. And like, who in the world would expect him to be his dad? Who in the right mind would expect him to be his dad?
Right. He doesn't have the size. He doesn't have he can't be his dad, right? He just can't be, because he's not sick. Unless he shoots up, have a growth spurt, become Anthony Davis. You know what I mean? But he just doesn't have that.
Even in the music world, though, you know what I mean? Like, you got somebody, for instance, Big got a son, right? And his son raps. You know what I mean? But it's not to the level to where people really know that he raps like that. You know what I mean? T.I.'s son rap. And it's like, okay, you got, not saying T.I.'s big shoes to fill, but it's some big shoes to fill right now, you know what I mean? Versus, like, when I think of, like, athletically, you know what I mean? I always see that the players that, like, excel the most, they have their parents that were former athletes, but their parents were former athletes maybe at a small school.
At a smaller level, I feel you.
Yeah. Or maybe they played at a D1 but didn't, you know what I mean? Like, wasn't a big star.
Pro.
Exactly. So that's what I was saying as far as, like, the level of the people who have succeeded above you. Somebody like a Jaden Smith, like Will in and even Willow. You know what I mean? It's like they were in the business, but it's like even when we was talking last week, we hadn't heard of his album. You know what I mean? Saying, oh, it's good. I wouldn't have thought of thinking of him having an album. And not only that, he's trying to, I guess, I don't know if he's still an actor or not, but for him to live up to Will Smith, Bad Boys trilogies and Men in Black and whatnot, that's hard. So just yeah.
I can definitely see where it's hard, but I can also see where I think it's the expectation that you put on yourself. That's why I think the kids fail. Yeah, I mean, because I think that they're chasing. It's like they're running two races. You know what I mean? They're trying to compete with everybody that's in that business or in that field, but then I'm also competing with what my parent did. Yeah, I mean my parents did. I'm trying to live up to, you know what I mean, what Will did. I'm trying to live up to what Big did. I'm trying to do all those things instead of really just creating your own lane. You know what I mean, and becoming great in that, as opposed to trying to walk in your father's shoes or your parents' shoes and try to reach that level of success that you probably will never reach. You know what I mean? So reach a level of success that you can reach. You know what I mean? And stop trying to compete with two people. Like you're competing with two people. Well, you're competing with two things: your father or your mother's lane or their history, and then you're competing with everybody else. And that's all you always failed on that to me.
That's a tough place to be in because everything you do is going to be in comparison to them.
Yep.
Like I think about DJ Strawberry that went to the University of Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
From my understanding, he was a pretty decent baseball player as he was a
Basketball player.
but he chose basketball just because he didn't want to follow on the same path as his father. But who's to say that baseball was where he was actually gonna be excelling
Yeah.
versus basketball? It was the high Division 1, but that was it. Like
Mm-hmm.
the NBA, it wasn't for him. Like maybe Major League Baseball was for him, but he didn't want to follow in the same path as his father. But that's understandable. But sometimes you kind of just because you don't want to face that, you might miss out on really what you're supposed to be doing.
What you're supposed to be doing.
And that could just go back to it being mental and understand that the I mean, you're gonna have people that's gonna have the opinions. You already know how the media is, you know what I mean? And people are gonna have that comparison, but you just gotta compare yourself to yourself.
For yourself. That's
Because I
it.
mean, even though your father or your mother has laid a pathway, that was their journey. You know what I mean? You gotta take your own journey. And I mean, of course, when you have parents in that spotlight, that your first idol in a sense is your parents because that's who you're looking up to. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, you got your own journey.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, if you keep it mental and have it to where you competing with yourself, then the outside world it don't even really matter. And I mean, I think in a lot of people's cases, on the outside looking in, it's like yo, they don't live up to what we think they are, but in their head, they're fine with who they are. You know what I mean? So
And like you said, listen, with Bronny, that's what you need to do. That's what he need to do, because that man been in this. He basically the path is his dad's path, right? Outside of being the number one ranked player in the world and having all these expectations, but he's been in the spotlight since he was young. Yeah, I mean he's been under that scope and that spotlight. So what he should do is just take it and just say, "I'm not my dad. I'm not trying to be my dad. I'm not trying. I'm not 6'8". You know what I mean? With these cat-like reflexes, that's just not me. You feel me? I'm not a physical freak. I want to be Bronny. Yeah, I mean and it's crazy that LeBron named him after him too, because people automatically going to compare him like that.
And then he might be in the league with him.
Right.
And then every time he goes and he makes a highlight real dunk, guess what? It's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be the
Yeah.
oh
It's gonna be a
man,
side by side.
split screen
Yeah.
like every time.
Yeah. But again, if he just keeps it mental to where it's just I'm just don't trying to do my own thing, right? I'm just trying to be this, and I'm just trying to be LeBron Jr. I'm not trying to be 23 LeBron James or number 6 LeBron James. I'm just trying to be Bronny. And if I was him, I would actually legally change my name to Bronny and not LeBron James. But like I would just be Bronny. Yeah, I mean that's just who I'm trying to be. And if he just does that, man, I think he can be successful.
Hey, if Bron sets him up the way that Serena Williams set her daughter up, he'll be fine. Serena's daughter is 2.5, and she's part owner of a new women's soccer franchise, bro.
But listen,
Yeah,
I hear that. Bronny's set. Bronny's
good.
set.
Bronny's good. He's good.
But listen, if Serena's daughter picks up a tennis racket, everybody's gonna compare. Everybody's gonna compare.
That's gonna be a hard comparison, yo. Because, like, in my opinion, Serena's the greatest tennis player
of all time. Absolutely.
Ever, male or female.
Male or female, I agree. She's the greatest tennis player of all. Yes, greatest tennis player. Listen, we can do that show.
Hey,
do that show.
No, name a name. I just want a name. Just
name a name for what?
P. Sampras?
No. Lil Wayne said it in the bar, man. Roger Federer. There's no competitor like. Come on, like stop playing. Like stop playing. Like stop playing. Yo, stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Like Roger dominated with some solid competition.
He did. I'm not knocking him at all. I'm not knocking.
He dominated with some solid competition. Serena's the greatest female tennis player ever, but I won't put her above Roger Federer, man. Like I gotta give him his respect, man. And it has nothing to do with male, female.
No, I know.
It has nothing to do with like he'll beat her, she'll beat him. I think she'll give him a run for his money if they play each other. She'll give him a run for his money if they play each other.
Right.
Absolutely. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. But I just feel like his dominance in that sport, like who's Serena's biggest rival? None. She dominates everything. She makes people that's supposed to be good. She made them just disappear. Like Maria Sharapova, move alongside. Like she just dominated. Like she had no true rival. Like Roger Federer, like Nadal, like those dudes was solid.
Yeah.
Djokovic, whatever, solid.
You're right.
Andy Murray, solid. You know what I mean? There was more quality male tennis players during Roger Federer's era that he dominated than there were female tennis players in the world when Serena dominated, and she made it look so easy. It was to the point where only way that they were going to win is because she had so many unforced errors. Like she was beating herself more than they were beating her.
Now listen, let me ask you this: is it because Maria Sharapova was she's a solid tennis player?
That's the only one I could think of.
Is Serena washes her.
I said, is it because Serena was just that good that she's crushing people? You know what I mean? Because I think, and again, like I said, we'll probably do the show because now, Biv, you got me intrigued now. I'm interested in it. But is it? That's the only thing I can think of is that Serena was just that good, that to where she made the other the competition like it was Serena and everybody else. You know what I mean? And maybe that's what it was.
I think Serena's run was long.
Yeah, Serena's run was long. And it was Serena. Well, she had to surpass her sister.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We can't pretend that she didn't do that. She had to do that. She had to surpass Venus. But after that, once she got up there, it was just like line them up. Another one would come up. She's supposed to be the next big thing. Another one would come up. She's supposed to be the next big thing. Every time, and it was just like, nah, they're not. It's kind of, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's the same way in golf. Since Tiger has left, every time you turn around, they trying to tell us that this is supposed to be the next guy that's gonna dominate golf. But every time you turn around, it's another person winning the tournament, another person winning the PGA. Every year, it was the same way in women's tennis. It wasn't that way with men's tennis. It was going to be one of them three dudes.
Yeah.
It was gonna be Federer, Djokovic, or whatever, how you ever say his
Nadal.
name, and Nadal. It was gonna be
Rafael
one of those
Nadal.
three. Rafael Nadal, I think he was like better on like clay courts or something. I don't know. I don't really get into it that deep. But Roger Federer, man, that dude was dominant. Then when you thought he was gonna fall off,
Yeah, he would come back.
no, no, he came right.
Hey, listen.
Came right back.
Barring injuries and pregnancy, and even taking that out, I still think Serena would be the best women's player right now, like with all health issues and all that aside.
The Japanese black girl.
She beat her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Serena is what, 36? She just had a baby.
I'm just saying she might be.
I said if she can get back
player.
right, I think she can go another 5-year run. It'll be between her and the young girls that's coming up, and then she'll pass the torch.
So I just typed in greatest women tennis player of all time. Of course, we know Serena, but I'm kind of leaning towards Biv. When we talk about competition wise, I'm like,
So
Venus.
can we say that about Layla Ali?
What about Layla Ali?
So what we gonna say about her?
Her competition.
What you consider her the greatest what?
I mean, she's undefeated, right? She's the greatest women boxer of all time.
No, not even. I wouldn't even say. I don't know. I'm gonna be completely honest with you because I don't know enough women boxers to say.
I only know 2. That's her and Clarissa Shields. To be quite honest.
I couldn't say.
And I hope they fight. To be quite honest, I'm gonna tune into that if Layla comes out of retirement.
Man, when the last time Layla fought?
She's like she's mid-40s.
No, when was the last time she fought?
I don't know. It was early 2000s. No, mid 2000s, 10s.
At my point, man, that's been a long time since you really got punched in the face, man. Like,
hey, Tyson ain't fighting 15 years, so he about to fight.
That might be quick, bro.
But Roy Jones got that weak chin only one.
I just told somebody that. I just told
that's
somebody.
Scary. Think about it, man. Roy Jones, when he been losing lately, he been losing like getting slapped.
Roy Jones fought in Wilmington, Delaware, not too long ago. In the past year or so.
Roy Jones, his last fight was I think like 2018.
Okay, so maybe it was 2000.
And he got knocked. I think he got knocked smooth out. Poor fella.
Yo,
in his heyday though.
Why is Roy doing this?
Listen, he's trying to get
I thought it was like them two like trying to make a comeback. I thought.
Nah, I thought it was just.
I don't think it's like no. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, but like, you know, exhibition like charity event, like they donating all the money to charity, because who's showing up to watch it?
Yo, he sure did. Okay, so it was 2017. He fought at the Chase Center in Wilmington and won the vacant WBF cruiserweight title against Bobby Gunn.
All right, Roy. Hey, back to your
stop. He said, "All right, Roy." Man, we don't even know what the WBF is, bro.
That's why I glanced over. Yo, I do want to do the show, but back to your Roger Federer, John. He turned pro in '98, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm biased.
Some people that he actually played against. You talk about Rafael Nadal. They said he's the second best player, male player of all time. He played against Novak, the Vogue. You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Played against him. They got him as the third best player of all time.
So they just discrediting my man Pete Sampras, my man Andre Agassi, ain't dude.
Actually, they got Pete at fifth. Pete's fifth. Pete retired in 2002, so he played against Pete Sampras. And Andre Agassi retired in.
They probably listen. Andre Agassi was just a character.
Andre Agassi retired in 2016, so he played against Andre Agassi too. So he went up against
versatility that we had. We got tennis on the show, bro.
My man out here. Listen, he out here playing against all timers. Like that was 4 all timers four all timers that he played against, and he dominated.
So it's Serena's fault that she ain't got nobody playing.
Let's see.
I
Venus.
can't hold it against her, but I also can't hold it against him that he had to play against those dudes, man.
I give you that.
Let me see who be my number one. God damn. Listen.
Hey, I'm biased.
I can't even. Listen, if I was you, Biv, that's how I start my argument. Just
Hey, I'm not gonna knock that one bit because I mean, the girl Sharapova and Venus has been really
Sharapova not even on the all-time list.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying.
I
get
She never lived up. She never lived up to the hype and then the potential. I think she's only won maybe one major.
2004.
Like right now, where women's tennis is pretty much with
it's open.
The young girl. Yeah, it's a lot of good players that you can
talent.
see.
Yep.
Exactly. So
because while Serena was winning lately, it's been a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's really had to work for it. She's had to work lately. They can see the rust. They can see the rust on him, man. They can see the man. Father Tom undefeated, man.
I think she
You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady get ready to find out, man. Father Tom undefeated.
Hey, listen, if anybody that's defied it though, man.
This man is jumping off cliffs with his daughter, bro.
Anybody defied it. Jeez, Tom Brady, boy.
He literally pulled his daughter off the cliff, man. I seen it.
Yeah, Michigan, man. What can I say?
I'm not pulling my daughter off no cliff like that.
Hey, listen, he trying to teach her, man. Face your fears.
I'm not jumping off no cliff.
Hey, I bet you that's why we ain't Tom Brady, man. That boy.
Y'all got to go see that video because it looked like child abuse. But nonetheless, he faced her fears, all right. So, what's your final thoughts of entanglement and getting shot in the pinky toe?
I ain't got no thoughts on entanglement,
man.
Yeah.
Man, listen. I hope Megg the Stallion gets a speedy recovery.
I do.
I hope she's good. Absolutely.
Torey should have shot her.
I hope Torey good as well, man. I hope he can, whatever happens, you know what I mean? If he was in the wrong, I hope he man enough to admit that he was wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And whatever they need to do to just, be better, do it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hope
see whatever help you need. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he make hot music, man, regardless.
Yeah.
He's got a tune. He's got a tune. I tell you that.
He makes hot music, man.
We'll Jada, man. Just focus on.
I'm gonna try to get Dom so we can team up and persuade Biv to get on this J. Cole train with us. But what was the other subjects that we talked about?
Man, we talked about
we was all over the place.
We talked about X versus Snoop.
Yeah. I'm glad to see X in the gym. Because listen,
somebody
right after that though, I seen him and Swiss in the gym. So I guess the comments that he had on the verses, I guess, got to him. But he looked a little swole there.
Somebody said if he wear these red Timberland boots again.
Leave that man alone, man. Leave that man alone, man. That man.
Wow.
Let that man live. I just want to see X healthy, man. I'm glad he
definitely
with a prayer, man. They had freestyle. I really like Verzuz because it's good for the culture, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? As long as it don't get personal, which I don't think. I mean, the older people that they have on the show, I mean, it looks like you gotta have a catalog. You think it's gonna get personal? If 50 get on,
if 50 Cent gets involved, it's gonna get personal.
That's what I say.
Y'all know who he is.
I know.
Y'all know who he is.
So the only thing I'm gonna say
is gonna promote, and it's gonna get personal, but it's gonna be fun because he wanna have fun.
Yeah.
But he also wanna do numbers, and he wanna be the best. That's all it's about. It's not gonna be personal where he don't like nobody. He gonna have fun with T.I. If T.I. willing to have fun, but T.I. hot headed. You know how them country boys do, man. They hot headed. T.I. he hot headed, so it can go either way. I'd rather see T.I. versus Jay-Z, just because I know it didn't escalate to nothing. T.I. versus 50 Cent, it might escalate to
Might
something.
escalate to
I'm telling
something.
you, I'm trying to tell you right now because when Fifth started throwing jabs because you called him out and he started throwing up the Crime Stopper, like, come on, man. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with Versus. You can't even play the clip for Versus.
Okay, I got
Like,
one. This will be the most viewed, but you got to make sure it's split screen and a zoom, right? And it's got to be on mute. Like they got to be on mute. You can just see their reactions. 50 and Ja.
I knew you was gonna go there. I knew you was gonna go there.
Just
What?
20, just 20. So just 20 versus 20, or even 15. No, does Ja got 20?
Yeah, Ja got
15?
20.
I don't know about
Ja
20.
got a lot, man. Like,
Ja got hits.
don't get it twisted. Ja got hits. But
That's
that
not.
is
That's
it's
that's a,
one.
that's
It's not gonna
happen.
be. It's not gonna be that highly viewed because nobody really care about that anymore.
Ja. Listen,
Like,
somebody might
We,
listen. 50.
I
Listen,
would tune in.
I would tune in.
Nobody
50 going. 50 going to start off with Wankster, and then
because
That's too
they
personal.
can't.
So they
Because then it's because that's gonna get personal. It has no other
Yeah.
choice but to get personal.
That's gonna
Because
rehash some old wounds.
50 is gonna start playing that stuff. Because that's what we hear. We're hearing those
yep,
verses.
I'm here for
50
it.
not gonna play his hits. He gonna play all of the Ja
All
discs.
Ja
That's what he
stuff.
gonna do. That's what he gonna play. His Ja
All
discs.
Ja.
And he got a lot of them. I
It
don't
gotta
think
be
Ja
Ja.
don't have that catalog of
That'll
discs.
never happen.
It gotta be Ja and the game versus 50.
Nah, no. It's man. I don't
You
even know
might as well
50
throw
made.
You might as well
Might
throw
as
all
well-
of them in there.
I'll
Then.
put
You
them
might
all
as
in
well
there.
throw. You might as well throw Fat Joe.
Rick Ross.
Kiss can come. Rick Ross can come too. You know
Nah,
what I
he don't
mean?
want. He don't want to go against. Well, actually, he murder kids too. Anyway,
Oh, hits. Yeah, he don't want that smoke.
Yeah. hits. Yeah, hits wise, Kiss
You
catalog.
know,
Kiss catalog.
Kiss catalog. Kiss.
Against 50.
Cause what see
Don't forget
what
about the
Jada
bad boy era.
see what Jada did was they
You
did
keep
16.
thinking about Solo. You're thinking about Solo. If Kiss pulled out that bad boy era stuff, he got some stuff, man.
Yeah, but against 50.
He got some stuff.
Because you're gonna go 16 for 16, bro. Cause he was in a group, so like you can take his joint off of not even just just like anything off of the locks, like
Yeah.
any
If I
16 of his, and then you
I went 16 against 16, then okay. I think he'll catch 50 with that.
that's where the
Again, we're still talking about hits, right? We're still talking about hits.
He said just 16 against 16.
But even
Still
with hits though, that's not gonna match up because it's gonna
Still
match up
hits.
with us because you know what I mean. We like Jada, and we you know what I mean.
Bar for bar, it's not bar for bar. So no contest. It's Kiss.
Right.
So we talk about hits.
Yeah. Hits. Yeah.
Talk
That's
about
what I
hits.
said. He's not gonna catch 50.
He's not gonna catch 50. That's why I said you got.
That's right.
That's why I said you got to bring all of them, man. You're gonna have to bring the whole squad. You're gonna have to bring the whole locks. You're gonna have to bring Fat Joe. He can lean back a couple times. You can bring Ja. They're gonna need all of them. They're gonna need all of them.
It's a few I want to see.
They're gonna need all of them, man. They're gonna need all of them, man.
Listen, hits.
See, this is what I want, though. This is what I want. Somebody has showed it earlier, but I want to do mixtape. I want to do a mixtape versus.
Oh.
Nah.
I want to do a mixtape versus of Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Of Wayne and 50.
Wayne.
Wayne.
I think Wayne gonna get it. Sorry,
That's
I think
a good
Wayne.
one.
I think Wayne gonna kill it.
You are aware there's like 35 videos, right? Like pump your brakes over, pump your brakes over there.
I get it. I get it.
Pump your brakes over there.
Listen,
yo,
I think Wayne gonna kill it.
Mixtape versus that would be dope.
It'd be dope.
That would be dope.
Yeah, it would.
I still think Lil Wayne win though.
Timberland versus the Neptune.
Or
Or Pharrell.
Tim.
I was thinking that. I was thinking for real.
That's it, and that's yo.
It's
What's
too
in the
many.
water? What
It's
is
too
in the
many
water in
Aaliyah.
Virginia?
It's too many Aaliyah and Missy hits that people
It
just
is.
forget about.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
And
And
Jay
then you
hits.
think about, and then you go with Justin Timberlake and like, nah, man, Tim different, man.
And Jay.
Yeah,
Just the Missy Elliott alone.
yeah. Missy different. So yeah, I'm with you. Missy.
Like that's somebody because when you thinking about songwriting and everything, that's somebody that people don't want to see in no verses.
Mm.
Missy, nobody want that. Don't nobody want that.
Missy had Missy had
Don't
Missy had like the
nobody
early
want that.
2000s. Missy had that thing on lock, boy. You hear me?
Missy had that thing locked from the mid '90s all the way to like the late 2000s. Like
Missy had that thing on
just
lock.
writing hits.
And for
man.
pop people too.
And Missy got a couple hits herself. You know what I mean?
Couple.
Missy got hits herself, boy. Let's not forget that.
Exactly.
I think we discredit Missy sometimes, man. You forgetting
Yeah.
about her and her
Who?
ability, bro.
Who like I can understand. I can see that. Yeah, I mean, but real like when you start to think about what everything Missy did,
She's a legend.
Oh,
she
yeah.
she just won a legend award. I think one of them
Mhm.
joints.
Most definitely a legend.
Yeah, Missy a beast, bro. Missy.
My final thoughts is there's something in the water in that Virginia water. My wife from Virginia too. So.
Listen, my final thought is be yourself. That's my final thought, man. Don't listen to because listen.
No, you
about,
got to come harder than that, Tommy Llama. Come on.
I got you. But listen, I'm gonna add on to it because we was talking about kids living up to, I mean, their parents' hype and walking in their shoes and everything like that. And I was saying how it's really mentally on the kids. You know what I mean? If you mentally can block out all the noise that's going to come your way, from just the outside world, people who really don't even matter. You know what I mean? People who don't matter, they're going to compare you regardless. If you play baseball and your kid played football, they're somehow going to try to compare you as an athlete to your parent. So one thing I would say is just be yourself, pick your own lane, and that's just anybody out there. Be yourself, pick your own lane, become great in that lane, and stop worrying about what all the outside people think. Don't worry about that. Only thing really that matters is what the mindset is what you think. If you think you can do it, then do it. You know what I mean? If you think that, be your own, be your own biggest fan. Don't worry about what nobody else thinks. Focus on what you want, what you do great. Block out all the outside noise, and you'll be great. You'll be successful. And that's my final thought.
So Monday, tune in. We are going to have Miss Shannon Payton of Payton Credit Services joining us to speak to us about credit. I missed the last time that she was supposed to be on, and we didn't get on for some technical difficulties. But nonetheless, if you know the history of Speak On It, then you know that there's a possibility of us having technical difficulties because we did have some technical difficulties in the past, about 2 years ago. But nonetheless, thought about naming the show Technical Difficulties. But yeah, join us. Join us on Monday. Definitely get some wisdom and knowledge and on some credit.
Like you said, man, listen, that show, bring your pen and pad. She drops knowledge. That's the one you want. That's another one you want to tune in on, especially because we live in a world where everything's really just ran off credit, right? Everything's ran off credit. I don't care how much money you got, they still want to know your credit history. So bring your pen and pad. She gonna drop some gems on you to help you get out of your situation or help you even get further in where you want to be. So that's my thing, man. Just take notes. I know I just said my final thought, but since he said Shannon,
Tommy Llama.
I was watching on YouTube or Instagram, right? And one of the things they said is there's all these views for dumb things, right? We view on how billionaires routine is. You know what I mean? Or how somebody's doing on the shade room or whatever it is, but we don't never tune into or take notes on things that's going to better and empower us. Like they showed the views on how to get better credit, and the views was like 88, and 88 views for somebody for how to get better credit, or there was like 55 views on how to invest in yourself.
I was
But
view number 53. Nah, go ahead.
but we tune in so much to things that aren't going to directly impact us. What the freak does it matter what a billionaire's routine is? That's his routine. You know what I mean? And they all probably got different routines. You just tune into one of them. Create your own routine. It goes back to what I was saying. Create your own lane. Create your own routine. So that way somebody is viewing you and viewing on how you do things or asking you how you do things. So if you want to get better, man, and just in credit or ahead in life, you definitely want to tune in on Monday because she's gonna drop gems to help you not just get better with your credit, but how to get better with things in life. And that's why I say just tune in, man.
All right, so yeah, usually I thought you do the cleanup. You do
say
the
something, man. I thought somebody was gonna say something. Hey,
you want me?
listen.
Okay, go ahead.
Y'all know what it is, man. That's our show. Tune into our show through via podcast via Spotify, via YouTube. Make sure y'all click subscribe. Go follow us on Instagram. And y'all know we here every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, 7 and 10 on Fridays. Make sure y'all tune in, man. Tell a friend. Support us. We're here to talk about whatever's on our mind. So until next time, y'all know what it is, man. Speak on it.
Peace.